to my channel. It's always a pleasure having you around. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the perfect African spicy grilled chicken. I love chicken. I don't know anybody who doesn't love chicken, at least not members of my household. So today I'll show you guys how I make the perfect grilled African spicy chicken. So let's get on with the cooking. So I have with me 5 chicken thighs, and sometimes when you get it from the store, you will see some of them will look like this. It will have this thing, and I don't want it in my chicken. So what I do is that I cut it off. Just look, and sometimes you discover that some have some extra fat. Chicken is already fatty by itself, so I just cut off the extra skin here. And sometimes it's really fatty, so you take off the extra fat, okay? So that is done. So the next thing I want to do is just to wash my chicken. So I'm just going ahead to wash my chicken. And sometimes to wash the chicken, chicken sometimes can have a smell that you don't want. So you just squeeze in like half a little slice of lemon, a little piece of lemon, just squeeze it in there just to wash it properly. You don't want the smell in it. So I just wash my chicken nicely, kind of squeeze the water. Perfect. So I have my chicken washed, and I'll just let it drain. I'll leave it to drain right there. While the chicken is draining, I'll proceed with preparing the marinade, and I'll show you the ingredients we need for our marinade. So my perfect chicken marinade is a mixture of wet and dry ingredients, okay? So I need 1 whole onions and some parsley leaves, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of paprika powder, and half a teaspoon of white pepper, and half a teaspoon of thyme, some ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, a seasoning cube, bouillon cube, and salt to taste. You can use half a teaspoon or less of a teaspoon of salt, but just make sure that it goes with your taste buds, okay? So I'll go right ahead to blend the ingredients and prepare our marinade for the chicken. And some parsley. I showed you that already, so sometimes I repeat myself for emphasis. And some ginger as well. So all of that goes in there, and I'm going to put in a bit of water just to help with the blending process. I got the blended spices like the ginger, garlic, onion, and parsley. So I'm just going to add in some salt, just like that, and a seasoning cube. Sometimes it's hard. Yeah. Then the rest of the dry ingredients. Pour in the rest of the dry ingredients. Perfect. Then you give it a good mix, because we want to use just one marinade, not throw in different ingredients at different times. I find it's very practical and easy to make. So you see the color is changing because of the cinnamon and the paprika powder. Great. This is what my marinade looks like. So I keep this aside. Then I go on with the chicken, and you just want to give some cuts on the chicken, some wounds. Cut sounds better than wounds. Just give some cuts on the chicken, because you want the ingredients to really get into the chicken when you grill it. So you just give it some 2 cuts or more cuts if you want, but I just want to give it some 2 cuts so that the marinades can really soak in. when I'm grilling. Just give it some cuts. 2 nice cuts. I got my chicken washed, cut, and already placed in this bowl. Then you can pour the marinade over. Like I'm just going to pour the marinade over it. We need a big bowl so that we can walk the chicken freely without any fear of it dropping out of the bowl. So you need a big bowl to do this. I'm just going to walk the marinade into the chicken. Just like this. You want to make sure that the ingredients, the marinade gets into all the parts of the chicken. Okay? Or you can just grab the bowl and move it around like this. Just move it around. So then you do this so that the marinades don't escape. Perfect. You see what it looks like? And the curds, remember the curds on the chicken, the thing will just sit in. I got my chicken perfectly marinated, so I'm just going to let this rest for half an hour. For optimal results, you can leave it overnight to marinate overnight, and the next day you can just pop it into the oven when you want to grill it. So I'm just going to let this rest, and I'll be back with you guys to proceed with the grilling. My chicken is perfectly marinated, and you see I prepared the grilling tray. Normally I would have lined this with foil paper, aluminum foil, but I want the water, when you're grilling, you produce some water, the water will be dripping, and I want it to be dripping on that, on this other tray. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is just to place your nicely marinated chicken on the tray. And if you're using the farm chicken, you have to follow a different procedure, like the one we have back home in Cameroon, the farm chicken, the hard one. You have to first of all parboil the chicken, because it's a little bit too hard to just grill directly, so you have to parboil it a little bit before you continue with this. So my oven is preheated, and I will just pop this right into my oven. So I'll take my seat and let this grill for about 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. I just got an indication that my chicken is ready. I got the beep from my oven, so I'm just going to take it out and we'll see what it looks like. Oh my God. Friends, can you see this? This is perfection. That's the way to get the spicy grilled chicken. That's how to get it done. So, about my best time. And that's a tasting time. Oh my God. This is really good. It's crispy on the outside, it's not too dry, and it's not moist either, it's not wet either. Very tasty. I can taste a bit of the cinnamon, the thyme, the ginger. It's just too good. You can have this with potatoes, grilled potatoes. You can have it with plantains, with rice, just with anything. Thanks again, my friends, for always watching. And do everything to subscribe, because I promise there's more coming. Thanks again. God bless. Bye.
Mama set the table with dishes made of clay. The food she cooked is warming on the stove.